What is not opening? Okay. The next topic here is RDF reports. Okay. So RDF stands for here is report definition file. This is a full form of RDF. This one. RDF. The expansion of RDF is report definition file. Okay. Just like XML report, this is also one reporting tool. It is. Let's say one query. Earlier you have developed P2P cycle, right? Like I'm just developing AP suppliers, AP invoices out. You know already join condition, right? Join between these two suppliers and invoices. If you go to here, payables, invoices, entry, and then invoices. This is a navigation, correct? So in this, if I want to get the invoices information, there is a help menu, correct? We have to go to help and record history, correct? So let's say I'm just putting F11 because I don't know anything about this form. I don't know any record. So we have to just put F11 and then tell me one trading partner, Advantage Corporate. Just percentile put here and then control F11. It will give you all the invoices belongs to trading partner. F11 and control F11. So I'm showing you how to prepare a query again, this query. So first what you have to do, I need to display this trading partner name, invoice date, invoice number, and invoice amount it is. So to know the column name, you can go to help and diagnostics, examine, invoice amount it is. So this DSP, these are all actually terminology of these forms, not exactly database columns. Now we can go to the next is what it is. Trading partner. Here also same diagnostics and examine. So this is a vendor name it is. Vendor name, correct? And then we require invoice number as well. Go to diagnostics and examine invoice number. This is how you can identify the column, but we require tables, correct? To know the tables, you can go to record history. You take this, they are saying it is a table name, but it's not a table. So it's a view. That's why V is there here at the end. You take this table name and then copy this, go to Toad. Toad is not opening, I'm not sure. If it doesn't open, what we will do? SQL developer. Is it installed in this? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's there, right? Correct. Let's open this. So I don't prefer using this SQL developer, but still for timing, we'll see in developing a query. Okay. No, I don't know. So how to describe this is there is a command here, right? DSC, correct? Describe and then this invoices. Control enter. Click on OK. Apps. We have other way also. There is a select text from all underscore views. All underscore views. is the data dictionary table. Then where view name. This is another method to get a text behind that. This is the view which you copied. Sorry. AP invoices, V it is. You have to type in a capital letter. Control enter. This is the text behind this. So take this statement, the whole statement, and keep it over here. In this, we can see the from class. So we require invoice number, right? Just simply Control F, invoice underscore num. This column you have to copy as it is. Okay, you are preparing a query right now. Copy this. So I tried to enter a query manually, but I'll show you now how to copy. Okay, first select class and whatever you copied here, that paste it. AI is a table alias it is. An invoice number is a column alias, correct? So AI stands for what it is. You have to go to from class. Just scroll down, you can see it's a big query, of course, but all the tables are here. AI. You tell me AI stands for what? So it is clearly saying here, AI stands for here is AP invoices all. Take this AP invoices all table. It's a from class. And what else we wanted? Invoice date also, correct? Control home. Then invoice date. That's like this. Invoice date is also there as it is in the same table. Then I require invoice amount as well. Just if you scroll down also, you'll be able to see somewhere here by seeing the aliases, you can easily identify term name, see invoice amount. These are all the columns. Actual invoice amount. And take this. I require supplier name also, correct? Supplier name, how they are represented, that is based on the vendor name. It is PV dot vendor name. If PV dot vendor name is not there, then we have to take a party name from eject parties. But I'm just taking from PV only. This is the second query, second column name. So put just comma separated all, side arrow, comma, and then this one. So vendor name is stored in PV. PV we don't know that is for what it is. Tell me PV. Observe here line by line. This is the only way initially, correct? So these are all we have to check. AI for AP invoices all and AB for batches like that. You need to tell me PV for what it is. PV. It is for PO vendors. Take this and keep it over here in the from class. And where clause is required here. So select clause is for all the columns and then from is for tables, where is for joins. Now you have to tell me the join between AI and then PV. Line by line in the where class you have to come. Just observe, I'll scroll down, you have to tell me the join. Join condition. vendor ID, correct? If you are using vendor table means vendor ID is the giant. If you are using invoices table, invoice ID is a giant. It's very simple. Okay. You no need to always prefer this record history. So your query is ready now. This is the first step. We are talking about RDF reports. For RDF reports, query is needed. So that query we are building here. So RDF report tool will be available here. This is the tool. Let me see whether we can hide this. That's okay. So this is the builder. It is also like XML reports only. So take this builder. Click on OK. Build a new report manually, or if you are modifying something, definitely we have to use this. Open an existing report. So now it is build a new report. Then click on OK. So here is the place. So we have like SQL is there as well as PLSQL. Okay. Referenced cursor, you could have already attended the SQL classes, right? Referenced cursor. To fire the dynamically query, we can use this referenced. But in this case, it is SQL only. SQL query. Click on this. Then you can use all the options here, query builder, import and all, but we'll not use much. So directly straight away, we can copy paste the query. Then click on OK. Give credentials here. Yes. Click on connect. So if you look at here, Q means query and G means group it is. And whatever the column name is there here, this column name will be assigned as a by default. If you want, you can vary, you can change this. See, simply I'm just giving invoice details. And the same way column name. See, if I want to modify this column, it will not allow you because these columns are coming from a query. So we'll call it as a database columns. Database columns. Some calculated columns are there. Calculated columns. This calculated columns means there are three types of columns here. One is summary column. Okay. Then other one is formula column. Then one more is here placeholder column. So these are all called as a calculated columns. So if you want to modify something, you can modify all this. See, calculated column you can modify because this is your own column. So whenever there is no column available in the query, if you want to take, instead of modifying this query, we can include some calculated columns. So there is a difference here. CS, C means column, S means summary. And then in the same way, it has just opened. That's fine. Now F means formula, P means placeholder. So these three we'll discuss whenever we require. Right now, database columns and calculated columns. Two terms I mentioned here. So what are database columns? Columns coming from this query. And calculated columns means we will take internally in the report builder. Clear? Okay, now this I am not taking right now. If whenever we require, we'll come to this. Okay. So here you have seen query as well as group, and then whatever the columns in the first list, that will be automatically assigned as a group name that we have modified already. So this is called as a data model. Okay. Data model means wherever you insert a query, that's called as a data model. Now layout model is also there here. This is called as a layout model. See, paper layout. So in the paper layout, we'll take a frame here. See, this is a frame here. If you keep a cursor, it will highlight that frame. It should not cross this border here. See, can you see a border? There is a border, right? So this border, it should not cross. You can increase the border width, of course, but right now we are taking this. This is called as a frame. I'm just typing terminology to make you appreciate. Frame. Then inside of this, there is a repeating frame is required. So there is a difference here. Frame and repeating frame, there is a difference. That is an arrow mark here. Can you see arrow mark here? So this arrow mark is print direction. Okay. How are you printing the data? That's called a print direction. So are you printing across or down? And then see that there are various options here, across or down. Across, if we take it, the arrow mark will change here. See, can you see now arrow mark? If you are displaying monthly data, January month, February month, like columns wise, whenever you are printing, at that time across is required. Otherwise, it is a down only. So instead of across, I am taking here down. And source is group, whatever the group which you taken in the data model. See, the group is here what it is, G invoice details. So you can break into multiple groups also. For example, see, I'm just breaking it into multiple groups. Can you see now? Two groups are there. So if you don't want to maintain multiple groups, you can just drag and keep here. You can delete this. So you can play with this based on the hierarchy it is. So yeah, vendor name wise, for one supplier on one date, there will be 10 invoices like that. It's like a grouping kind of thing. Vendor wise, date wise, invoices. So three groups are there here. So right now I am maintaining a single only. I don't want to maintain multiple groups. Just simply delete only. Okay. So right now, how many groups are there? Only single G invoice, correct? That invoice I have added over here already. If you don't give this group, it will give you error. So what type of error it will come here is, for example, I'm taking again one more repeating frame and I'm trying to run this. So it is saying like this. So this type of error it will come. So the error is here is repeating frame R2. R means repeating references invalid group it is. That means you missed out a group name here. Got it right? So if you miss also, then it will not allow you to proceed further. I'm just deleting this. So inside of a group, how many fields are there? These are all fields. Correct? Invoice number, amount, one more is date, and then vendor name. So here invoice number is first, and here invoice number may be a last. No need to follow the order. Correct? So take these columns and source. So we have columns right here. Vendor name first. No need to follow the order. And field is here. Vendor name. One more field. Text field. These are all called as a text fields. Like this. And source means one more column like invoice number or date. This is just for identification. So two only I have taken. Now I would like to adjust. So if I move this here, see, the entire frame is moving, correct? Like this. So it should not move like that. So to restrict it, then there is a one mode is there here. So this modes. Confine. Confine mode is right now on, as well as there is a one more mode that is flex mode. So flex mode is on right now. See, these arrow marks are there if you notice here. If it is on, then it will move everything. So right now, I don't want to move the entire thing. That's why that is flex mode is off. So now we can easily stretch this. See? Is it moving right now? The entire no, because flex mode is here off. So I am taking another field that is, what are the fields we missed out? Tell me. Two I have taken, vendor name and invoice number. What are the other fields? Other fields. Date, one more is invoice amount, let's take invoice amount. So I have taken as alias name as invoice amount, otherwise no issues. Simply this is, I'm just taking as amount. Okay, now run this report. So it is coming, right? But for page, it is displaying only one record. At least we have to display 10, 15 records, correct? So to do that, actually, there is a property here. The property name is elasticity property. You can see here. Vertically, it has to expand. So right now it is fixed. So we have to make it expand or variable, you can take it. Okay, expand it is. Now the next thing is for repeating frame is also we have to set. Again, expand. If you run it, definitely we'll see a change. Run this. Correct. But still this space is also we have to adjust. So for that, what we can do, there is a this drag and drop over here, and then run this and expand here. Now you can see some records. But what is this? This one. Correct. So, but we need to put a title, right? If you go to the first page, there is a title. Title is required here to put here. There is a. Can you see here a? Text. So text we have to keep it here. Vendor name. And then one more. A. Then this is invoice amount. Invoice date. Run this and see a output here. Correct, it's showing. But if you go to the next page, it is not showing. Correct. And if you go to the next page, also not showing, or if you go to the last page, also not showing. See there, the right now the output is more than 2000. See, these are all pages. So 4000 pages, 5000 pages output, it's there. So instead of waiting like this, what I will do, I'll modify the query. Okay, see, almost 9000 pages. It will kill our time. What I will do, I am just restricting here to vendor ID. Vendor ID is equal to one is enough. Okay. Run this. At least some pages. 600 pages. Correct. If you see here, 669 pages. Okay. Instead of waiting for 9000 pages, this is better. Now, can you see here the title? It's not there. Correct. If you go to the first page only, it is showing. The point here is like there is a property here. So this property we have to set it. The property name here is print object on to all pages. So there are other sometimes actually titles, terms and conditions we have to keep only last. So at that time, what you have to do? Last page. Correct. So right now it is all pages. Run this. Run this. Now you can see. If we go to the next page, So this field is repeating each and every page. If you want to repeat for invoice date also, same story. What you have to do? Go to print object onto all pages. Run this. Now it is showing every page. Clear? So how many? These are all the layout components. Layout model components are only 4. So first I took as here frame. Second I have taken as a repeating frame, and the next is text field, and this is text. Overall 4 components are there. I'm just again repeating here, frame followed by repeating frame. Next is text field. The next is text. We'll call it as a boiler text. Boiler text. These are all the, we can call it as a four components. We can say components of layout model. Got it? And what are the components of data model? Tell me. Components of data model. In data model, what are the things you have seen? If you go to data model here is the place. So what are the things you have seen? One is query, group, and other one is database columns. And the next three columns you have seen, right? What are they? Summary, formula, then placeholder. So these are all the components of data model. So I don't need to type, I'm just telling, okay? Now, next is what we have to do. Report registration steps. Just like XML publisher only, nothing new. This is the point we'll see now. Report is ready. So save this file, save as. Right now it is saying here report Java file it is, but we have to take here as RDF. Expansion, can you tell me RDF? Expansion, right. See, I mentioned at the very first point it is RDF, report definition file it is. We need to put a naming convention for this report file. So I'll give you one document. Based on that only we'll follow, okay? This is the file. Project to project, little variation will be there, but same file you can utilize. These are all coding standards. Like whatever the file name which you wanted to keep and all, you have to follow this only. Once you join to the new project, they will give you this document. Usually senior people will prepare this. Okay. Now I'm going to see the naming convention for RDF file. You can see file naming standards, correct? There are various types of files like forms file, report file. Right now we are talking about this. So you tell me, like, see, this is the way you have to follow. So first three letters, let's say this 3 or 4, whatever. Okay, that is what it is. It's a custom, means your client name it is, or else custom object identifier. If you are working for Dell project, Dell you can see. Okay, this project name it is. Let's say for I'm showing you one resume. Yeah, here Freescale Semiconductor is the client. Then what could be the name? Like FSM, FSS, like that, or else Genesco is a client name. It is Genesco Inc. is a American company. So this is a client name simply like that. So first is what is, instead of GHX, what you have to take? Genesco. Okay. Let's see is another client. It is Kingley. Instead of Kingley, you can just give as a KL also. It depends on the project people decision. So first is what it is, client name we can say. Clear? And second is what it is, module name. So which module you are working right now? The queries belongs to which module? Whatever you developed a query. This query from which module you developed? Which module it is? Invoice. Invoice means AR invoice or AP invoice? So which module it is now? AP, correct? Payable. Payables means AP module. Second is AP module. And this is what it is. Short description for the report. So actually this whatever example I given is general balances. Okay, JBLA means general balances. But what we are retrieving here is invoices, right? In this AP invoices. So now based on this, you tell me the file name. First is give a file name. The file name is three parts. One is customer name. Second is module name. Third is description. Based on this, you tell me the name for me. Let's say we are working for Kingley client. Kingley is a Chinese client. So now tell me the name for this RDF. Because you have to follow the naming convention. You should not use your own names. So in the server, if you see, like so many other names I'm seeing. Let me show you the names. Refresh. Ye heroine odale meeraithe. Seniors. So do you know the path to where we need to keep the file? Application server. ఒకటే ఉంది కాబట్టి ఈజీ కదా చెప్పడం. FS1. FS means what? File systems. Then EBS application. Then module name. Which module it is? AP. Then after that reports you can see. Then US. So like see how people are followed the naming conventions like this. So that's okay. At least name that he kept. So this Tuesday, what is this? We should not follow like this. Video jet module. There are so many, right? Selva. We should not follow like this. Sap sub. What is this? Yeah. We should not follow naming conventions. You have to follow. Okay. So this ABC info report, project info report, all are wrong naming conventions. You have to follow the document. Can you give me the name for this now? KL or in front you can keep XX also. Okay, just for naming convention. XXKL. Then module name is AP. Description, what are you retrieving in this? Is it open PO report or open AP report or payment report? Just simply invoices report, right? It's invoices or INV also fine. So by seeing this, they should understand like it is an AP invoice report. Okay, take this. Then extension not required for you. Save. So that file we have to keep into server here. Okay. This is the second step. It is. First step is what it is. Give a file name. This is the first step. Over. Now second step is move to server. To move to server, we have a FTP. FTP everyone knows, right? Transfer protocol, correct? So you tell me what are the protocols you know. As of now, I have used here WinSAP. Do you know any other protocols? File transfer protocols. HTTP, no, to move to the server. Core FTP. Okay. Toad also we can replace it. Toad, it's already open now. If you go to Toad, there is utilities. File. Okay. Utilities. There is here also FTP, it is file transfer protocol. Click on that and keep give your path here, remote system path, and then you can connect here, drag and run. Right now it is disconnected only. You have to give a path. Just copy this. Copy path to clipboard. There is a plug symbol here, right? Connection symbol. You have to give a secure FTP, host name, Apple MGR here, application manager, and then click on OK. Then only it will allow you to open login failed. It's connected. Now we can open this Control O, or else you can paste over here. This one, enter. So whatever the directory you have seen is, you have seen right here. Okay. So I showed you two FTPs. One is WinSCP, other one is core FTP. You can download it, or like there is a PuTTY also. PuTTY is a file transfer protocol. I don't know. You can download that simply. It's not very good. Okay. So move to server. We already moved or not moved. We'll move. This is the file, correct? Move. So after moving, you have to give a privilege. See, right now it is read write only. There is no executable rights. If you come down here, these are all X also there, executable privileges. This one, correct? Properties. There is a 777. You have to give 777 here. If you give 777, it will just enable all the things. Okay. Now take this file name F2. To register a report, like we have to create executable first. Next is concurrent program. Then attach to request group, right? And submit from responsibility. Last time I opened the image, right? Somewhere here. Concurrent program steps. I don't know which folder it is. This one, right? Can you observe like navigations, everything? The first step here is what it is, executable. And we have to go to a responsibility, that is system administrator. Then this is the navigation. Concurrent program executable. First step. Second step is concurrent program definition. And third is request group. Security responsibility request. So this image, I think I did not send you, I'll send today. Okay. Come to first step. Executable, correct? Where to go now? We have to go to perfect system administrator. Go to timeout. I'll just open again. Tell me where to go. System, we are in system administrator already. Concurrent. No, executable. So that's why I kept your shortcut, correct? Click. That's single click. So file name, whatever the file name you move to server, same file name you have to give without the extension. RDF extension is not needed. Then usually we'll give copy paste. Better, right? Any doubts in this? It's very easy. I just given every name is same. Copy the short name. The next step here is as for your image. Next is we have to go to concurrent program define. Concurrent program then define. Attach first executable. Then short name, if you want, you can maintain different or keep as it is. Application name is variables. And program name is some standards are there. You have to follow that as per document. So this document I will put in the drive, Google Drive today. Concurrent program naming convention. General guidelines, naming standards. If you want to create table also, you should not follow your own name. Follow this. The table name must be so and so, like that. Okay. Instructions are there. Right now, even for executable also we have to follow, but I did not follow. So let's go with the concurrent program onwards. So first here, see, client name, then RISE ID. RISE full form is R for report, I for interface, C for conversion, E for extension it is. Right now we are talking about R. R means report only. Correct? RISE ID, it is with which report it is. It is the first report, second report. Usually we'll develop 30-40 reports, right? What is the report number here? So right now it is report number 1 only. And then description. Okay, description of your program. 3 parts. First client name, second is number, and third is description. Tell me now name. XXKL space report number 1 R1 or report number 1. Description is invoice details. Okay, description you can give anything. Then save. So your style, what you have to take is there are various styles here. A4 is okay. You can give another thing like land wide, portrait, landscape. There are many printer styles. Okay. So I'm just giving here landscape. If you wanted only this style, then you can go with the checkbox here. That is style required. Save. Sorry. Yeah, these are all we'll discuss in another report formats. So this format change, we are talking about RDF only, right? It's not required. Okay. If you are going with the XML publisher, then only XML. Right now, this is RDF only. So it is simply you can go with the text format it is. So, till now, 2 points only completed. One is executable, other one is definition. And one last step is pending, that is you have to attach this program to request group. Do you know the request group? If you don't know the request group name, go to this window and then find out the group name. So I would like to go to request navigation also in this image is there. Security. Yeah. Responsibility define. Then responsibility name. To which report you would like to access? Variables. This is the criteria to query this. Control F11. Down arrow. So what is the group name attached to it here? Request group is attached here. Okay. Now you need to go to another navigation, that is security request it is. So here security responsibility request. Here only it is. Earlier I went to define navigation. Now it is request. F11 all reports. Then attach your program name. XXKL save. That's it. If you go to the notepad, tell me how many points we completed till now. Executable we created, then concurrent program also created, attached also done. Next is submit. This is the last step. From which responsibility you have to submit? Definitely payables only. If you go and check in inventory or order management or other responsibility, you will not be able to see that. XXKL is it? This is your program. Submit. So this part is over now. We are talking about here report registration steps. So for report registration, what we did, we have given a file name and moved into the server. Then create executable concurrent program attached to it. Only 4 steps are there. We output. You can see the output here. Okay. Can we register with another name? All the steps will repeat it. Okay. So first step is what it is. File name, different file name. Let's say file, save as. I'm just giving as a only 2 by the side of it with a different name. Okay, save. Then what else? Second step, move to server. To move to server, we can use putty command prompt only. Okay, putty. Then or else win SCP. So right now I'm using win SCP. You can see here, this is the win SCP. Just click on this, it will open automatically. Okay, then just go up 2 times like this. You can see application server here. Click on this and whatever you see, vision, FS1, then application, your module name. Module name is AP. Some junk files they kept. Then definitely you have to use this. So whatever you're seeing, these are all different actually. Not related to this. Okay. Even these 2 also wrong. You should not have anything. Okay. Go to US and keep your file name here. This is the file, correct? Move. After moving, what you have to do? Some privileges we have to set, correct? Rights, we can say, execution rights. Properties. 777. Over. Come to notepad again. So we have moved to server. What will be the next step? This third step it is. We'll go step by step only. Today at any cost you have to register into the server 2-3 times minimum. Oh, just a 6 steps process, nothing much. So executable navigation. You can go to system administrator. Concurrent program executable. Instead of expanding like this, I kept a top 10 list here. With a single click, we can open. First file name we have to give. This is a file name. Sorry, application is whatever you are seeing here, executable name, short name. Actually, in the payables module, like this execution file name is there, right? it will go and verify into this application. I mean to say in this directory, AP directory, because of this application only it is searching. If you give here general ledger, then it will not be able to identify that. Okay. The purpose of application name under executable is to search the file in this particular directory. Okay. So again, there is another application name in the concurrent program definition. You can see here. So this application name is to generate the output files. You may give different application also here, not only payables. You can give other application also. This is only for after submitting a concurrent program where it needs to generate a log information, log file, output file it is. So program name, as I mentioned earlier, XXKL, report number 2, 1 is over already. Then executable name, format, no need to take XML, it is just text is enough. Style, A4, save, copy the program name. And the next step is what it is? Concurrent program override. The next is request group, you know already one time, correct? What is the request group name? Right, that's it. So all report, whenever you take it, see simply, it is all reports belongs to AOL, assets, payables, purchasing, quality, cash management. There are many things are there. Make sure here in which group you are adding, in which application you are adding. By mistake, we may attach to receivables or any other module other than payables. Like this. Next is what it is. This is the last step. Okay. Go to payables. Output. Okay. So till now, I told you only 2 points. One point is how to develop a report and how to register a report. Okay. How to develop a report means just go to file, new, then report. Then there are 2 options here. One is wizard, other one is build a new report manually. Click on OK. Then we have to take here. No, not frame, SQL. SQL, click on this. Query which you built, copy pasted, right? Same query, you can take it. I don't know where it is, but still I can type it, correct? We have removed it seems. Okay, in that case, what you can do? You can open the report and copy paste. See, already report is there with us. This report, correct? Open, go to data model, click on this query and copy this. Usually queries are there in the system. Mostly we'll copy paste only. Okay. But this is the first time how to develop that I am explaining. Okay. Otherwise, I'll tell you how to copy all the queries. Okay. This is the query group and then column. Then go to layout model. Very first step is what you have to take? Frame. Then second is what it is. The moment you take a repeating frame, you have to assign here source. Source as a group name it is. And then inside of a group, what you have to take? You have to take text field. Correct. Text fields. Then vendor name. Like that you have to take. I'm just explaining briefly, okay? For this text field, the title you have to keep it here is a text and enter something. Okay. So this is the way you can design the layout. So what are the layout components? One is frame, repeating frame, text field, and violet text. So there are other also available here, like inserting layout matrix or inserting text labels like that. Shapes also, see all the rectangle shape. These are all other. Okay. Mostly we'll take rectangle and lines and all we'll take. This is how you can develop a report. So we have seen two things here: report registration, report development. Clear? So if you have patience, I'll explain some more topics, or we can end up the session today. Bore? Feeling bored? Anil, almost half an hour నిద్రపోయాను Anil. No? టాబ్లెట్ వేసుకున్నామన్నా? ఫ్యాన్ లేదు, ఏసీ లేదు, ఎట్ నిద్ర వచ్చింది Anil? నాకు అర్థం కాలే. గణేష్ ఎవరు గణేష్? గణేష్ ఏమి నిద్రపోలేదా? మధ్యలో నీ కోరస్ ఉంది, అయినా కూడా ఎట్ నిద్రపోయిన ఆయన. Anyway, thanks. We'll finish today. Ajay, Atif, Jatin, do you have any doubts in this today class?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Can you explain me, Atif, how to register the report? I'll take a mock interview like Atif evening, Atif, Ajay, Jatin. At 5 o'clock, you please ping me in WhatsApp, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.